we go. Big numbers. Round 543,982 to the nearest 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. So to the nearest 1,000, it would be 544. Okay. To the nearest 10,000, it would be 540,000. And to the nearest 100,000, it would be 500,000. Right? Complete each statement by rounding the number to the given place value. Hundreds. So 2,841 to the nearest 100 would be 2,000. 32,851 would be 32,900. 132,891 would be 132,900. 6,299 rounded to the nearest 1,000 would be 6,000. 36,599 would be 37,000. It's above that midpoint of 36,500. 100,699 would be 101,000. Okay. Now we're doing 10,000. 40,984 would be 40,000. 54,984 would be 50,000. Oh, thank you, 50,000. I forgot for a second. 997,010 would be and 1 million. Right? Because if this becomes, that would be 10, well, 1 million. 360,034 rounded to the nearest 100,000 would be 300, oops, no it wouldn't, would be 400,000. Again, because it's above that midpoint of 350,000. 136,709, 100,000, look at that, it would be 400,000. Because it is not above the midpoint of 450,000. 1,852,400 would be 1,900,000. Okay. Show me with your thumb how comfortable you are with that feeling. I'm good, Mrs. Lawrence, or I need some more help. Okay, I see some I'm getting theirs, and okay. Alright, cool. Lots of thumbs ups too. Alright, so let's look at the application problems on the back. Empire Elementary School needs to purchase water bottles for field day. 2,142 students. Principal Vader rounded to the nearest 100 to estimate how many water bottles to order. Will there be enough water bottles for everyone? So we have 2,142 students. Yep. But here's why, though. If I round this to the nearest 100, and I'll do the number line, so this would be 2,100. This would be 2,200. And our midpoint, as always, is 2,150. Now, to round this, the principal is correct. It should be rounded to 2,100, right? If I was rounding, because 2,142 would be about there. So he rounded it correctly, but that's not what the question is asking you. What is the question asking you? Yeah, will he have all? If we have 2,142 students and he rounds to the nearest 100, is he going to have enough bottles? No. Okay? He won't, right? Won't have enough bottles. So he should probably order 2,150 bottles, right? So in this instance, rounding elevator, right? Yoda needs his water. Okay? Yoda, you know. Empire, anyway. Opening day at the New York State Fair in 2012. Opening day at the New York State Fair in 2012 had an attendance of 46,753. Decide which place value to round 46,753 to if you were writing a newspaper article. Round the number. It's an appropriate unit to round the attendance to. So, if I was to round 46,753 and I wanted to report on the attendance of the state fair, what place value did you round it to? Okay? If you rounded it to the 10,000, take off. That would be the 4. If you round, that was you, Ayush too. If you rounded it to the thousands, take off. Okay, well, Ayush, why did you 10,000s?
First it was supposed to be 40,000, 4,500, 45,000.
Mm-hmm.
Then, wherever 46,753 goes, you put it there, and it's closer to 50.
Okay. So I would put 46,753. So I would round it. I would also round it to the 10,000s, which would give me 50,000 for my newspaper. And here's the reason why. Is this a number where I have to be really exact? No, it's not, right? I'm not ordering water bottles for the school. I'm not ordering maps for the White House for the following year. I'm just doing it on, you know what, there was about 50,000 people at the state fair. Okay? It is a lot of people. And the reason why I rounded to the 10,000s is it doesn't need to be very exact. Right? 50,000 is close enough to 46,753 for a newspaper article about the state fair. Yes, Lincoln. You could still round it to the thousands. If you rounded it to the thousands, it would be 47,000, right? Oh yeah, and explain what unit. So as long as you can explain why it's an appropriate unit, that's fine. I would round it to 50,000, and I think that's an appropriate unit because it doesn't really have to be all that exact. Remember, the further you towards the ones place, the more exact that number is going to be. The closer it's going to be to that original number. Okay? So when rounding to the largest place will do just fine, do that. Okay, let's look at the last one. Holds about 65,000 gallons of gas. It uses about 7,460 gallons when flying between New York City and Los Angeles. Round each number to the largest place value. Then find out about how many take between cities before running out of fuel. So for my gasoline, for the gallons of gas, 65,000 rounded to the largest place value. What's the largest? The 10,000s, right? So this is about 70,000 gallons. Oops. Helps if I spell that word right. 7,400 gallons. And if I want to round that to the nearest, the largest value, which would be the thousands, this is about how many gallons? 7,000. So, about how many trips can the plane take before it runs out of gas? Heath? 10 trips.
About 10 times.
Like about 10 trips.
So you can write
About, right? I wouldn't want to be on that 10th flight and have them run out of gas. I wouldn't want to be on that plane, right? But it can take about 10 trips before more gas.
fill it up every time you come back.
They usually, yes, they do.
Yeah, there's
And I don't know if these numbers are correct or not. Okay?